This podcast is brought to you by the Mahwah High School Sports Talk Club. Hello, Thunderbirds. Welcome back to the Mahwah High School Sports Talk podcast. Today, you're here with Junior Nicholas Bostico,
Junior Max Ingerman,
Junior Alex Barron,
Sophomore Chase Moskowitz.
We got a great show for you today. We're going to be talking about the winter sports for Mahwah sports. We're going to be talking about the World Cup just started and your Thanksgiving matchups for this week. All right, so we have Mahwah winter sports has just started since November 21st. Very exciting. We have a lot of sports that are starting up. Max, which sports are we got?
We have boys and girls basketball, you have wrestling, track, swim, bowling, and hockey.
It's going to be a great season. Let's go Birds. All right, here we go. Let's start off with the FIFA World Cup in Qatar. Just started. And what are our thoughts so far, guys? What do you think has been the biggest matchups that we've seen?
Well, I
so
think
far?
this morning, the Argentina game, that was a crazy upset.
100%.
Saudi Arabia winning versus Argentina. That was a shocker.
From what I read a report today that said that the Prince of Saudi Arabia has officially made November 22nd an official holiday in Saudi Arabia for their upset against Argentina. Not joking, I swear to God. I saw it.
I mean, soccer is, the biggest sport in these countries.
I mean, it's big, man. Yeah, you look at the every single student's laptop in every single school in America, and every single school, they're all watching the World Cup. It's a big deal, but definitely a huge thing. I also saw another report that said that Lionel Messi's transfer contract almost doubled the entire worth of the entire Saudi Arabia team. So that was very interesting.
That's
to
crazy.
see.
There was news that Ronaldo he's leaving FC Barcelona.
Really?
I did see that.
Yeah.
I did see that.
Wow. Yep. Another thing. So we've seen a bunch of. So what do we think? Who do we think is going to win the entire thing right now?
France.
I'm going England.
I think England, obviously, I think that's, like, you got to see America-England matchup. That's going to be a great matchup to watch. But, yeah, I could see France or England, any of those teams, going to the championship. I think that would be
I think the biggest surpriser for most countries or most people that this one country is Italy. I mean, they won the Euros the last time, and now they're not in the World Cup. I think that was a very big shocker.
Yeah, it's always something very interesting to see when teams like that happen. They do really good, like you said, Italy in the Euros, and then we don't see them in the World Cup, which is very interesting. All right, that's enough about the World Cup. Let's get into the NFL Thanksgiving games. First off, at the 12:30 game, we got the Buffalo Bills in Detroit once again against the Detroit Lions. Lions team always hosts Thanksgiving games every single year. What are our thoughts about this game, guys?
I'm going a crazy upset. I'm thinking Lions 24, Bills 20. I don't know. Josh Allen with his having a little injury going on with his arm, but I don't know. I'm thinking the way that the Lions played versus the Giants, I see an upset coming.
Yeah, I agree. I think the Lions are going to win. They're on a 3-game winning streak. They've won versus the Bears, the Giants, and the Packers with the last 3 games. So, yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think the Lions have a lot of momentum going in this game after beating a good New York Giants team.
I agree, but I think the Bills kind of just wrapped up their little collision course that they go through at some point at the time of the season, and I think the Bills are just going to keep on rolling now, and I think the Bills are going to beat the Lions. I'd say the final score would be something like 31 to 17.
So
Mr.
that's
J, what are your thoughts?
Oh, Mr. J here, just popped down. What's funny, I feel like what's really funny is that didn't the Bills just play in Detroit?
Yeah,
Yep.
we mentioned that.
Okay, you did. Okay, sorry, I missed that part. That the fact that they're playing two times in the same stadium. I don't think it's going to be a blowout. I think it being the first game, early on in the day, I feel like the Bills, they've been just hanging around Detroit for the last couple of weeks. Might not be quite themselves, but I do think that they win probably in that 10-point range, probably like 31-21.
They've been getting pretty cozy there, haven't they?
They have.
All right, let's get into the next game at 4:30. The big game to watch. Everybody's excited for. Everybody will be watching this while they're eating.
Let's go, Cowboys.
Turkey. Your mom will be watching this game. Your dad will be watching this game. Your grandma will be watching this game. Your dog will be watching this game. It's the New York Giants at Jerry's World against the Dallas Cowboys. All right. What are our thoughts going into this game? How do we feel about the Giants after coming off of that loss against the Lions?
I don't feel good. I think the Cowboys are a really good team. They won versus the Vikings, who were 8-1, and they had like a 7-game winning streak. Although I like the Giants and they're my favorite team, I don't have that much hope in them for Thanksgiving and keeping my happy day alive.
I agree with that. They are starting to crash here. I don't know. Mr. J's face doesn't seem too confident in them either.
I would have to agree with my colleagues here that I'm very worried. I'm very worried that it's going to ruin my Thanksgiving dinner while I'm eating, that this game is going to be on, and I'm very concerned that the Giants are going to go into Dallas and just get absolutely smoked this weekend. They have too many injuries. The Giants are so banged up. They've lost wide receiver after wide receiver. They have injuries on defense with guys falling off ATVs. And I just this week against the Lions, did they show us their real colors? Like, is this really what they are? And they've just been kind of playing out of their minds this year. Like, I could see this season ending up being like 7-7 or something. They could lose every game. But I'm going to say this. I will say I think hopefully that it's going to be a game for a little while. But I think that the Cowboys will probably end up beating them by anywhere from 10 to 15.
I don't want to throw this off topic, but I don't want to hear anything about NFL offense when the Jets averaged 2.2 inches in the second half.
Well, you got to change your quarterback. That's what you guys say.
Yeah, I know.
Obviously, it's known that the Cowboys, they have a very good defense, as they are currently ranked 7th in the NFL. The Giants have a 14th ranked defense. But also, obviously, wide receiver, it's a very major problem. We got rid of Kadarius Toney. We have guys like Sterling Shepard on injury and some other guys. But also,
we lost Robinson on Sunday.
We lost Robinson. But my thing is back to what we were talking about in our last podcast about Odell. I know I'd still like to see Odell in New York because I'd like to see Odell back in New York. I mean, I know he's not going to stay there, but I mean, at the end of the day, it's wide receivers, and it's something that we desperately need.
He's the perfect fit.
Exactly, he's the perfect fit.
It's a desperate move.
It's a very desperate move, that is correct, but if we really want to make a shot at this, we have wide receivers that are like we're not so sure of. It's a shot in the dark, but you know what? I think it'll be really good. But another thing is wide receivers a huge problem? Because look at Saquon Barkley. Saquon Barkley's been running up the league this year. The Giants have the 4th best rushing in the NFL right now, and I think Saquon he's been doing very good, and we saw this in a lot of the games.
Not last week.
Obviously not last week, but midway, like in the second half of the first 10 games of the season, he's been doing really well.
If they have any chance on Thanksgiving, Saquon needs to have like the game of his life. Like he needs to run for 150 yards and score 2 touchdowns, and then that would be. I think that if you told me that and they lost, I'd be like, oh well, whatever. But if he were to do that, I think that's our only chance. Alec, what do you think?
Yeah, I agree with that. As a Giants fan, they really need to win this game, and I think Saquon Barkley really would like to eat a turkey leg after the win this Thursday night.
Oh,
really?
that would be
Coming in hot.
Yeah.
I forgot about that. If Saquon is eating a turkey leg, I'm gonna. That might. I don't know.
Tear up.
Yeah, I
Tear
might
up.
cry. Yeah, I might cry.
That's gonna be on everybody's Instagram stories.
It would be the greatest Thanksgiving ever.
Yeah.
If that happened.
Great game. We're really looking forward to that game. We got one more game to cover. It is the New England Patriots in Minnesota against the Minnesota Vikings. As we saw, the Vikings on a roll, 8-1, and then boom, they go to Jerry's World and they get absolutely blown out of the water, 40-3. Definitely something I don't think a lot of people saw coming. But the Patriots, they've been rolling. They haven't been doing bad this year. They're in a playoff spot right now. They're in a division that is obviously very competitive. Max, who do you see as favored in this game?
Well, Obviously, I want the Vikings because I'm a Jet fan, and we just had a heartbreaking loss on a punt return to win. I mean, that was terrible. But I mean, the Jets have a good defense. I mean, the Jets. The only reason why the actual Jets have a winning record is because of their defense. Their offense is terrible. But Pats, I don't know. Mac Jones, I'm like mixed on him. Because I feel like that because on one day he's a star, next day he's a total bust. But that's also the same thing with Kirk Cousins. So it really all depends on how these teams, their quarterbacks play.
Yeah, this is a crapshoot. I feel like I don't know. It's a good AFC NFC matchup. You know, it's like I think the last time they've played was 2018. So it's not like these guys know each other necessarily.
Yeah, there's no really like feeling to it.
And,
Yeah,
like,
there's
your
no-
family's
yeah.
going home at 8:00. It's not really like a game to watch.
Right, it's like the snooze fest game.
Yeah.
Thank God we're gone from our aunt's house. All right, time to watch the New England Patriots and the Minnesota Vikings.
Well, I'm sure people in Massachusetts don't feel the same way, but yeah, I think I might have to go home team on this one. I might just have to go the home team.
I agree.
You know, their families are there for Thanksgiving. You know, they know they don't have to travel too far to have dinner maybe later. I just feel like maybe the Vikings are going to be really upset about their last game, and to be honest with you, the Patriots. I mean. I know the Jets' defense is good, but the Jets stink. I'm sorry, no offense, but and it's just like the Patriots couldn't do anything against them. So I think I gotta go home team, and I'm thinking Vikings. This is like one of those, like 24-17.
I'm hoping.
Yeah.
Hoping the Vikings smoke them.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree with you, Mr. J. I think, like you said, it's kind of like Minnesota just wanting to get the job done. New England, it's a very random matchup, and I don't think it's something that a lot of people want to watch. But I think I'm gonna go 20-10 Minnesota. It's not gonna be a very high scoring game necessarily, but it's not gonna be like snooze fest.
Yeah, I agree. I think Minnesota's gonna take the dub. I think 23-17.
Alec?
I think Minnesota will win, but I think it'll be 17-10.
All right. Well, there you have it. There are our Thanksgiving pick'ems. We're really excited to see these games, and I think it should be a pretty good Thursday. We'll see what happens.
Hopefully.
And also, it was the NFL season, very exciting.
Very exciting.
We had a lot of international games, which we haven't seen in a long time, and there's been some very good matchups. We're looking for a good rest of the season. Anyways, that's going to end it. Thank you guys for joining us on our podcast. We will see you guys next week.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy
Peace.
Thanksgiving.
Peace.
Bye.